Alright, ¿qué pasó, amigos? Welcome back, John's Moto Garage. Today we are finally going to get to work on the Honda Grom. I'm going to bring you a how-to change out the rear set on your Honda Grom. Odds are, if you're out there on the Honda Grom messing around with wheelies and trying to push your limits, if you haven't already, at some point you will likely tip that bike over. And when you do, not if, but when you do, unless you have a proper subcage on the motorcycle, which I don't, then you are going to bend your rear set. So odds are you'll find yourself in the same predicament that I'm in, which is you're gonna screw up the bike. So anyway, we're gonna swap out the rear set. As always, I say it's a how-to, but it's not really a how-to. This is a me stumbling through it. I'm not a mechanic, I'm not a pro, I have no idea what I'm doing. So be warned, be warned. But we're gonna try it out. All right, for tools, you're gonna want a 3/4, a 14, and a 12, and your life will be a lot easier if you have something like this to help get a clip off. Otherwise you'll be busting your knuckle like I did. And I got a little mallet. That's about it as far as tools. You should be able to pull it off with those. All right, so here's what we're working with. Basically, there's a rod right here that goes all the way through the swing arm and basically holds the swing arm on the Honda Grom. And what's up, dude? And the way it works is this rear set is gonna sit on there like so. So I'm gonna show you the trick that I came up with all on my own my lonesome. When I took this off, I wasn't filming it, but we'll show you that, and hopefully we can piece this back together, and then we can get back to work on the Honda Grom. All right, so first thing first, you got a 3/4, and you're gonna take this off. I already had it basically taken off. And then what I did is, because this rod here goes all the way through and is what holds that swing arm on, I just by random happened to have this laying around the garage. And what I did is I hammered the rod through with this piece, and then once this goes in, it actually helps to hold at least part of the swing arm in place still, so you don't have it dump off completely. So I'll try to demonstrate what I'm talking about here. So I just did something like this. You'll notice it pushes right through. There's a spacer. And easy peasy. So now, because if you didn't have that, then as soon as that rod goes through, you're just gonna drop this rear swing arm, at least part of it. And then you'll see on this side, all right, so there's what we're working with. Nothing too crazy. This spacer here goes on the inside, if I recall correctly. So it goes like that. New spacer in. Gonna remove this little bolt right there, or screw rather. This is the shifter lever. I don't know, the foot shift lever. And then I'll put the new foot peg on as well. I busted off my foot peg after the fact. So we'll do this now. It'll be easier to do it now before we put it back on the bike. So there's this little clip here that we gotta pop off, and then we should be able to slide this entire device right off. That clip off. Go ahead and slide this piece off. We got the clip on the new one. Sorry for the horrible lighting. So the next challenge is you got to get this rod lined up, and you just got to kind of line it up. There we go. So what I did is I just put a brick behind that wheel, lifted it up and pushed back a little bit, and I think that got it into place. Alright, so the biggest challenge is getting that rod back through, unless there's some like trick to it. You just got to get it lined up basically. Luckily these bikes are lightweight, so that's not super gnarly. Back on this side, we'll throw this guy back on real quick, make sure we got that rod all the way through. I'm holding the other side with a 14 mil. Alright, we got 12 mil for that guy. Next thing we got to do is place this on that little shifter shaft or whatever you call it. And I don't know if it's easier to do that when it's off the bike. You know, maybe I shouldn't have put that on first. I may have to pull this out to get that to slide on, so we'll mess around with it a little bit. All right, let's throw this new foot peg on real quick. These are labeled, so we're looking for left. Alright, we successfully installed this foot peg. Took me a minute to figure out which spring to use. Looks like the springs are set up differently, so you got a left and right spring. I could be wrong. So I need this shifter brought way down. So I'm gonna make those adjustments, but anyway, we basically got it figured out. All I got left is adjusting that shifter. We'll get that figured out, and then I'll take this rear foot peg off of the old one and put that one on the new one, and we did it. All right, we got this sorted basically as per usual. I'm an idiot. I had the little bolt that tightens that down. I had it on the wrong side, and so anyway, we got this back in the correct position. I just got to put everything else together, and we should have this back up and running here sooner than later. So it's a success. Took me about 40 minutes. So there you have it. Once it's all said and done, I'll do a quick test ride, show you guys the final result. For now, I'm going to call it good. Like and subscribe if you dig it. We'll catch you next time. Adios. John's Moto Garage. I finally got the Honda Grom put back together late last night, and I want to try it out. Now we're going to take her for spins, make sure she's still running like a top. I say I'm pretty excited to have the Grom back in commission. And we got all these awesome options for gloves. Too many good ones, so I think I'm going to choose. Let's do these for the Grommy Grom. Shout out to Rebel Reaper. Bam. Shift, brake. A nice reminder, just in case I forget while I'm out there messing around. Now you may notice I'm wearing like shorts, and they're like kind of short shorts. The problem is Jackie is taking a nap with the baby, so I can't go in the room to get clothes to change. Oh my gosh, I missed the Honda Grom. This thing is awesome. I feel goofy because I'm really like rolling around in short shorts here. It's one thing to wear short shorts if you're out like running, but it's another thing if you're out riding a motorcycle, you know what I mean? I am the ultimate squid at the moment. The ultimate squid, dog. I tell you what though, I miss this thing, man. What a blast. The perfect bike. The perfect bike for getting into stunts. Because it's not easy to do a wheelie on this thing. Like, you have to really figure out the technique. But if you do, you'll be able to transition to just about any other motorcycle, at least with that foundation. So many times I've gone back to the Grommy Grom. When I thought all hope was lost, I said, let's go back to square one and figure this out. Go back to the Grom, dial in the trick, and then you go from there. Now the question though is, can we get a wheelie? beautiful. Beautiful, we did it. Man, I miss this thing. I'm sure my neighbors are not thrilled that the Grom is back in action. Man, this thing is freaking awesome. Oh, what a blast. Anyway, there it is, the first maiden voyage. The Grom is back in business, bro. I'm elated, if you couldn't tell by my voice, man. So excited. No, it really is cool, though, to get the Grom back. That was a blast of a bike. It needs some new plastics, new rear tail light. But all in all, it's good. And these gloves worked great for it, man. They did get the job done. I gotta go inside, it's too hot out here.